What's up?
Oh, I'm just compiling all the top sports scores, news, and odds so I can make the very best bets.
Me too. BetOnline.ag.
Join today and receive your 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag.
The Bruins power play needs to be extra special in game number 6 in Toronto. My name is Mike Petralia, joined by Evan Marinovsky of WEEI and CLNS Media. The Bruins were 0 for 3 on the power play on Friday night, but it was the first two that I thought were real killers. Evan asked Patrice Bergeron about this. They got 2 shots apiece on the first 2 power plays, couldn't convert, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, the basis of the problem with the power play right now is they are not skating the puck in well enough. And I think that opens up a bigger problem. What's the health of Torrey Krug like since that hit? Is Torrey Krug all right? Is his head fine? I don't have any information on this. I don't really think he is. You can see,
by all appearances, he's not playing like Torrey Krug.
No, he's not bringing the puck in the same way at all. He isn't, and that's the base of their power play. When Torrey Krug is on, that first power play unit is deadly. That carries the Bruins. It carried them last year. He is the quarterback of that entire power play, and if he's not right, if he can't bring the puck in the same way and sort of facilitate the way he has always, the Bruins are going to have a problem, and the Bruins do have a problem. They lost the game tonight because the power play wasn't good. That's just how it went.
You know, the other thing I would say about that also in Torrey Krug's speed is even when you don't score on the power play, if you generate enough chances in and around the net, it shifts the momentum of the game.
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, as we've said, Toronto packs it in front of the net. And one thing Toronto's done really well is the Bruins love that one-timer on the power play, especially from the bumper position. And right now, the Leafs have taken away any chance at that pass. They just have. There's just they cannot get it to the guy in the bumper, and even if they do, it's blocked. And so right now, the Bruins have to find a way to work around that, maybe a new formation, maybe something different on the power play. I mean, the second unit had 2 goals in Toronto. There's the BU to BU to BU goal, and it was Grzelcyk to Coyle to McAvoy. Maybe they have to get some of that Terrier, even though I'm a UMass guy, some Terrier blood in there to get that thing going, because right now they can't find anything on the power play.
This Garden Report on Ice brought to you by the great folks at betonline.ag. Go to clnsmedia.com/win and use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% cashback bonus on your first deposit. It's very much a truism in hockey and in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You get penalties, power plays, the harder you skate. And the Bruins did not skate very hard in game number 5 here on Friday night, a 2-1 loss. And they did get the first 2 power plays, got the first 3 power plays, but they weren't skating hard enough to draw more pressure and create more pressure on Toronto.
No, and I think, one thing that a lot of players alluded to after the game was the ice was bad. I mean, Tuukka Rask said when he was asked about the second goal that Kasperi Kapanen scored, he was like, I got my skate caught in a divot in the ice. I got my skate caught in like a rock. I forget the exact term he used, but he couldn't get over as fast because the ice was bad. You could say the ice being bad cost the Bruins game number 5. When it comes to skating, they've been inconsistent. They just, when you skate harder, you hit harder, which enforces the physicality aspect. And right now, they don't have that. They're not skating as fast, and they're inconsistent right now. And there's no real remedy except come out hard and come out fast.
David Pastrnak has to pick it up on the power play. He is part of the number 1 unit, and I think everybody knows that if he is buzzing around the net with his gifted hands, he can really be a force in and around the net.
Yeah, and right now, Pasternak's been nothing. I mean, I don't even know what's going on. So there's some people who think there's an injury there with his hand. I don't know. None of his problems right now have a thing with his hand. It's more just his effort levels. It seems like the Leafs are really shutting him down. They're shutting him down wherever he is on the ice. They're hitting him hard. I know in game 2 he was wrecking guys and stuff. He had that charging on Jake Muzzin. But since then, the physicality aspect with him hasn't been there. And in this building, it's so easy. I mean, Pastrnak could tap a guy, and this place would go nuts because of the fact that he's not a normal person who hits. Right. All he has to do is bump a guy, and the place would go nuts, and that kind of fuels things and gets the Leafs back on their heels. He hasn't done that. He's not hitting, and the Leafs are just shutting him down everywhere on the ice.
Well, we're talking a lot about the power play. The penalty kill might also have to show up on Sunday as well, because the hometown Maple Leafs are probably going to get a call or two based on the energy. They'll be flying. They'll be buzzing around with extra adrenaline, sensing the kill against the Bruins in a game number 6. And the Bruins penalty kill, how do you think it's been throughout the series?
It's been all right. I think that, they've had their breakdowns. It's been okay. I think up in Toronto, when you have that Toronto crowd mixed with that great core of young, skilled, fast Maple Leafs, Hyman, Marner, Tavares, Matthews, all these guys, when you have that matched with that crowd, it's hard for them not to exploit the Bruins in areas and to use that man advantage. I mean, they've done it sort of all series. I wouldn't say the penalty kill's necessarily killing the Bruins, for lack of a better word, but it does need to be better. And with that power play in Toronto, that's tough.
Well, that's something to certainly keep an eye on early in game number 6